Hey folks, Valentin the Mad here, and today we'll be looking at the response mechanics in the demo of Robocop Rogue City. I will try to be brief in this one and only touch on the key points, and I will make the full analysis when the game fully releases. So, as for the big motivation, you have several head variations for shots in that area. And as for the limbs, you have 2 points of amputation. Kind of. For gunfire, you'll be seeing the arm come off at the elbow, and the leg at the knee, and as for explosions, as far as I saw, whenever dismemberment was activated, you just have all 4 limbs removed at the pelvis and at the shoulder. So yeah, that hunk of meat every single time. If it even gets activated, it won't always will, even on a direct hit. As for wounds, you do have a response at the point of impact, but we have issues here as well. So, the response is in 2 parts, the hole and the soakage. The soakage and close seems to stay largely for as long as the character does, but the holes will vanish. And one of the hole types is the notorious 3D object plastered on top, which very rarely looks good, and here it is, I would say, especially rough in most cases. As for the blood spilling, you will have stains for every hit, quite a lot, as you can see. And blood pools. We have 2 key issues here. The splashes are seriously bad. I usually don't care about it too much, as long as they're proportional to the staining, but they just look like really bad, very corny video game splashes, and I think it is a very bad choice in this game. And guys, we have pretty great reference material in the first 2 movies. Look at the cocaine factory shootout, the nuke lab, and rather than going with that, a brief puff, maybe a bit of a short splash, they've gone for really bad, very poor looking particle effects. And the second issue is that there is basically no aftermath. The bodies will kinda vanish when you're not looking, and the time limit for blood isn't terribly long either. The game encourages you to explore and look for evidence after you finish the fight, and what you will be seeing is a bunch of guns laying around. Those do stay. As for the animations, you have a brief response for a non-fatal hit, brief animation followed by a ragdoll, and you have longer animations, usually for dismemberment by a gun. So, the big problem here is that the ragdolls, which are quite bad, are the predominant response. They aren't the worst ragdolls possible, I have covered worse on the channel, but I would say they are notably bad, and that is a big, massive, unbelievable miss out. The way to do it right, and even cinematically, I would say, is the Stranglehold way. That game had a very good variety of death animations for anywhere you hit the character. Some were short, but many were very decently long, they were very well animated, and they blended into a reasonable ragdoll. Not particularly good by any means, but not obscenely bad either, I would say. A good variety of well-made death animations could have really delivered the powerful feel of the Auto 9, and the responses as we have them now fail to deliver that. In conclusion, On paper, it can almost look pretty good. Dismemberment, wounds at the point of impact, bloodstains, blood pools, but yeah, you can see how it all comes together. And it is a Robocop game, not a tactical shooter. You are a walking tank, so the response on the receiving end is especially important, and it was quite poorly executed here. The worst offenders in my opinion are the blood splashes, once again, what were they thinking, and the bad ragdoll being the predominant response. So, in this state, I can't recommend the game for combat at all. Now, I have enjoyed the non-combat parts of it. The environments and the atmosphere are very well recreated in the game, and even though the voice acting can be questionable at times, I have enjoyed interacting with the characters and doing all these side quests. So that I think will probably be the strong part of the full game, and for the Robocop fans, which I very much am, that will be more than enough, but if a combat experience is what you're looking for, at least in the state as it is presented in this demo, I would say avoid it. Hope you enjoyed the video, do let me know what you think, and subscribe for more content coming your way soon. Now I do have a new music release, finally came out yesterday, a track called Fever Dream. This one is also very much in the alt rock meets metal direction, but going more for the rock side of it. There is a bit of a trippy vibe to it, and I happened to come across just by pure accident a guy who's promoting his studio for band rehearsals. He has those really cool looking acoustic sponges on the walls, so I immediately envisioned the video with the RGB lighting, and here is the result. So, do check it out, the links are in the description and the pinned comment, and I do wanna hear your opinion. In the meanwhile, I'll see you in the next video. There is quite a lot to cover in the near future.